Hi guys, how are you? Thank you for being here. So I have another channeled message. The stuff is pouring in now. All right, so I was reflecting on PTSD. I myself have moments, and maybe you have that, where there's like a trigger of super powerful energy, and I don't know where it comes from. And I asked my guides, and I have information. So PTSD, it comes from other timelines because some of us have had really traumatic experiences in this timeline, but some of us just are left wondering where is this coming from? So here we go. We are transcending the physical world, which means that an infinity of timelines of trauma is coming up quickly to the surface. How do you explain PTSD from other timelines to someone stuck in the physical reality? You are so powerful. You are creating this resistance, and it's being manifested in your physical reality still, because you're learning to really truly step into your power. The physical resistance, so could be people, circumstances, blockages of any kind in the body. It's an echo, a resonance coming from other timelines where you are being persecuted right now. All right, and there's a reason I think that there's all this, everything correlates right now, because we're shifting with more awareness between timelines, and I think that's why all that stuff is coming up to be cleared out, so that we can shift with ease and bring more ease and peace to the world, you know? So when you understand that you're safe, these physical blocks will disappear. You won't see them anymore. You are being made aware of this, so you can learn to shift timelines in ease without hurting your mind, body, heart, and soul. By doing so, we bring awareness, light, and so we bring ease and peace. It's way easier to find your way in a dark room by turning the light on. No fear of hitting your toe on furniture, right? So that's what we're doing right now. We're bringing light and awareness. What if the universe is an empty room, and as we are bringing light, being shown its nature, we create our reality. As we bring light, we create what's in the light. In cosmology, so the science that's studying cosmos, I had a roommate for a long time who was doing her PhD in cosmology, and she was teaching us so many amazing things about the universe. And so we learned that the universe is expanding because we're creating tools to see more and more of it. So we're bringing light and awareness to the universe. So it's expanding. Is it expanding though? Like, that's the question. It's being activated along the way. So as we discover more about the nature of the universe and of ourselves, we create beauty, but also blocks of resistance, fear of the unknown. So we can truly decide what we create. That's what we talk about when we're co-creating with the universe, right? By releasing the fear, changing our mindset to curiosity, we are disintegrating blocks of resistance. We are realizing, remembering that this world is truly a world of creation, co-creation with the divine, with nature. We are making nature. So do we want to hold on to fear and create more of it by doing so? Or do we want to have a grand old time? I'm still trying to figure out who's talking to me when I'm channeling, but they have a sense of humor. I have something about Jesus, but it can be any other leader. Jesus said that he was being persecuted as a sacrifice, so we don't need to do it. In my own experience, I saw my mom sacrifice her life for others, for her family, for her children. And what have we gained from it? The knowledge that fear will my kid, do you hear him in the background? The knowledge that fear will create chaos, violence, and death. That's what we are gaining. The knowledge that fear creates chaos, violence, and death. Embracing the novelty of discovering life through others and ourselves only brings more abundance, more love, and more peace. Because if we're curious about what's coming, there's less resistance. And what comes up as resistance is maybe resistance in other timelines that we weren't aware of in our timeline. So this all it's being brought up, so we transmute it, we transcend it, we alchemize it into curiosity. You know what I said the last video? I said, sorry, I really want to go back because it was so good. Something about like you're relentless. I can't find it now. Like your relentless faith and curiosity in the nature of things. That's what's gonna change the world. It's changing ourselves. So yeah. So embracing the novelty of discovering life through others and ourselves only brings more abundance, more love, more peace. So practice being at peace with yourself in new situations. 0707. Oh, 7 is a number of self-discovery and self-mastering. Love it. Be aware of your mindset when you do it. Does it feel like a chore, like torture even? Or could you just see it as a fun new discovery? Like a kid, with a new toy or in a new sandbox, Also, rest. That's the other part of the message that I think is really important. Rest is really important in this process. As we learn to shift, we have to learn to rest our mind and soul, heart and body. These times of transformation are extremely demanding, so make a point to rest. It's not about you. Like we are resisting rest. If you're like me, like we need to just embrace it. Being rested is like waking up to go out to play again. When a child is tired, as I can see with my newborn, I mean my 6-month-old is not newborn. When a child is tired and needs rest, new toys and new games and new friends won't feel as fun if we're overstimulated and tired, because it's a lot of information. It's a lot of stimulation because we're being made aware of the shifting of between timelines. It's like we feel like we can never rest, so we have to learn to rest. Take care of yourselves, friends. You're doing it. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Have you answered your calling, your deepest calling? Because we need you. All right. Intense. I feel like I'm getting to a point where this information is new to me and it's changing my life. So I hope it brings some peace for you. All right, so a few cards for you, my friends. Thank you for being here. Like, share, subscribe. We want this to burdens. What feels like a burden is this echo of emotion coming from different timelines or in this timeline. Because if you're like me, I spent years feeling depressed and overstimulated, and I was alone in a house. Like it wasn't like it didn't make sense, but now it kind of does, because I feel like I'm constantly working in a way, you know, and that's how I felt truly, but I couldn't kind of find the words or the explanation because I'm really just at home, you know. I was working, but anyway. So we're gonna, if you're feeling some burdens right now, we're gonna release them. I hope this helps. We're bringing awareness. It's really all we can do. I'm financially abundant and supported. This is really about you allowing yourself to rest. So it's knowing that you're supported and you're protected. There's a reason, there's a purpose to this. So take the rest. I swear to you, because when you rest, you find that new sense of curiosity and discovery, right? Like we said, and you're bringing more of that. You can't hide yourself from new things. Or you can. I mean, you can. Like Grandma is saying, 11:11. It's all about love, you know, choosing yourself. But if you're not moving, and please take my example, like my life as a really example of what doesn't work. If you, even if you stay in one place, but you don't rest your mind and your soul, you're not at peace. If you stay in one place, it's not gonna be better. So get out there, you know. And I'm not trying to overburden you or stimulate you. Again, we're both learning, like, rest and going out there. Rest, discovery, rest and curiosity, you know. Allow yourself to be held. You have so many people. If you're here, again, no one's watching this. If you're here, you have a huge team of people that are getting you through this, even when you don't feel like they're there. So allow yourself to rest. Take a risk. Take a risk. When I rest, does it bring more chaos or does it bring more peace? You know the answer. I allow myself to be shifted by this wild and uncontrollable love. That's the love I'm talking about. You are held. You are being taken care of. And it's so hard to believe when we're like in this physical reality. But it can be extremely easy. Switch to a timeline where it's already learned, already integrated, you know? You know this. Remember it. Calm and peace for an anxious heart. Thank you, Spirit. That's a strong message of we got your back. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Thank you. Brand new energy, new adventure, new curiosity, choosing love, making choices that make sense for your soul. All right, what are the messages? What are the messages for our friends here? This collective on YouTube. What are the messages? Yeah, love. Yeah. Okay. 6 of Cups reversed. This is when we are in those timelines where things are, where there's fear and resistance, and we come back to it. I think this is because, you know, I've talked about PTSD, and it's like if you've had that in your life and you don't know where it comes from, this is from other timelines. And like, I've never been so sure of something, and it's such an information that was a key for me to rest and to be at peace. So I hope you take it. This is PTSD. This is like remembrance of another lifetime timeline, you know. Because when it's upright, it's about those sweet memories, but you're transcending that. You can transform and transmute this. So Four of Pentacles, again, look, she's holding on. This is someone in a comfortable space that doesn't really want to change or like take risks, you know, open their mind to something new, or their heart to someone or themselves, or sort of fresh new love, you know. This could be about like holding on to your money. When it's reversed, it's either like, there's two extremes, right? It's either like you get that money and you spend it now because you're not gonna get it later, you know. So it's still a fear of lack, a lack mentality. But it's also like when we feel really stagnant, because then like, okay, you're protecting yourself and there's a reason. When it's reversed, it's a bit like, is it serving you right now in this timeline again? And like, I'm saying this with so much love, and I hope you hear the tenderness and the softness. I want to convey it in because this is not some small, this is like mastering shit. So let's be really, 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 really kind to ourselves, okay? The world reversed. It's that last line of defense, that is keeping you from totally surrendering to exactly what is, exactly where you are, who you are, what you're meant to be achieving or doing, and it's not necessarily visible in your physical reality. That's the thing. It's like, so again, about PTSD, how do we, first we bring awareness, you know. How do we transcend those moments? You bring awareness, you work on feeling safe, rest, like that feeling of being held. For me, I take a bath almost every night, and I just feel like I'm being held in the void by like my spirit team, and so that's regenerating my soul, my body, my mind, my heart. I've said that before. I don't know if you saw it, but you can talk to the water, because the water, there's been like studies about this, like the water changes shape when you talk to it. Like frozen water, you can see different shapes and stuff, and like and it's been tried again, like I've said that before, but like with plants, like if you talk to the water and say I love you, and you feed it to a plant, versus, you know, you understand the situation, versus when you talk shit to it and you feed it to a plant, the plant is gonna have a totally different experience, and like you'll see it physically. So talk to the water. Get yourself a bath of rejuvenating water and energy, and practice that sense of being held and being safe. You're safe, you know. And yeah, okay, enough. Enough, Sam. All right. What else do we need to hear now? That resistance. Yes. Okay. Look. She's getting out of her resistance because she wants this, but she doesn't see that the way forward is here. She's looking at this. I don't want to lose this. I'm holding on to this. This is the outcome that I want. And and that's the ease. That's the peace. That's such a gift from the universe. Again, I don't know if you see. Then sorry. The cup here again. It's a gift. The universe wants you to have an easy life. The universe being yourself too. Like that's what you want, right? So trust yourself. Trust the universe. But I see that you're slowly getting out of that state, because when it's reversed for me, it's when we're ready to be curious again. Kind of, the hanged one, that's like, so that's like because the feeling of things not being super comfortable, but that's how you get the illumination, right? That, for me, that's also like the more you're being yourself, you're gonna find some really strong resistance. Why? Because you're extremely powerful. We talked about that the last reading. This resistance is you, another timeline that's protecting yourself from your environment, physical environment. So not physical, sorry, but so the danger around you. So you've put those protections in place for a reason. But in this timeline, what we want to learn is to let go of them, so we can open up and be shifted, allowing love in and be shifted by this love, and completely in a sense of peace and ease, calm and peace for an anxious heart. So it's uncomfortable, and it's again, for me, it's like the state of in between too. It's like between two realities, like these timelines that are clashing, where it's like, and for me, it's between sleep and being awake because of my baby. I'm like constantly like in this, it feels like torture sometimes, just torture, and he doesn't sleep, and you're like, I need some rest, I need to sleep, like right now. I'm creating it, this situation, because I can see where I put protection in other timelines. I hope the information is clear, but the moon we talked about, it's just confirming what I read before, but we talked about these huge anxieties, PTSD, like emotions coming up to the surface, and it doesn't even feel real, and it doesn't even make sense with your physical reality. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Spirit. If we keep that sense of this self-discovery and curiosity, and we rest, where are we going towards? What's going on? That's, for me, that's the detective of the deck. It's finding truth and going for the truth and living your truth. It's looking for the truth everywhere. And that allows you to not to like kind of avoid big structural changes that come from triggers that are from other timelines, right? So with that truth, you go back and you say, because you can't see it, but it's like that's the future coming back to this, and you look back at all those moments. You say, oh my God, I was trying to protect myself. And this is all so that you can come back to your emotional fulfillment, so that you feel more connected also, because 9 of Cups is before the 10 of Cups, and 10 of Cups is really this sense of community. So you might feel isolation from this time where you're learning. And this is like, we talked about sacrifice, right? We talked about Jesus and being on the cross, and and other leaders too, but it's a study. Oh my God, the things that we learn now. It's a study about yourself. This is some like ninja, like, I don't know, like this is next level. Yeah, next level learning. All right. Do we have any other confirmations, affirmations, activations? Antler. Yes. Oh my God. Antler. This is about knowing when to protect yourself, knowing when you're safe, knowing that you're safe. And like I said in the last video, some people are not meant to let go of all those protections because they need them. Okay? This is mastery shit. We're not smarter. That's just what we're exploring right now. All right? So Antler is really about knowing when to fight and when not to fight. I'm gonna check if we, by the way, shout out Hollow Valley Deck of Symbols by Aaron Lizzie or something like that. Straight on it. Growth, agency, courage, shedding. Oh, shedding too, yeah. Passing of time, change, fragility. With every day that passes, with everything you experience, you are growing stronger. Antlers marks the movement of time and the understanding and courage that accompanies survival. Ah, Jesus, come on. Not every experience of learning and growth in life is comfortable. In fact, most of them aren't. We lose pieces of ourselves along the way, but we find new ones at a much quicker pace if we learn to have faith in the process of release. Knowing why these tower moments occur will give you peace when they occur. Wow. Antlers are grown and then shed. Consider that experiences you are going through now that are changing the way you Consider what experiences you are going through now that are changing the way that you perceive the world. Consider that's like I'm saying, like, this is a shift of perspective. I forgot to say that. It's a shift of mindset. It's illumination. It's revelation. It's, you know, consider the experiences from your past that have helped mold you into the person you are today. Embrace the wisdom they have given you and then leave them behind. When have you let something necessary go and grown from the experience? Take each day as an opportunity to learn, leave your old and harmful beliefs behind, and move forward. And I like that this talks about time, like timelines. It takes so much courage to do what you're doing. So please be kind to yourself. I love you guys. Take care. Rest. Goodbye.